Waray-Waray was a interesting dialect to learn. It was different in every area you were in. One of the areas I spent the most of my time in, Borongan, it was known for being a hard dialect. Not in that it was difficult, but the pronunciation was hard. So, for example, in Filipino, when you agree with someone or you're saying yes, you would say, oh, yes, I agree, something like that. In Waray, if they're saying the same thing, they would say, it's more hard in that way. And some of the other things they would say, for example, in Tacloban, it's also Waray, but it's more soft. So if you say something like, that's right, you would say, asya iton. That's it. That's right. It's kind of hard to translate into English, But up in Borongan, they shortcut everything. They use it more hard. So you would say, asya it, with the hard edge in your voice. When I first got to the area and started learning Waray and Tacloban, I had come from learning Cebuano, what we were taught in the MTC. So I went to the supermarket and eggs, you're going to eat a lot of eggs there. And in Cebuano, the word for egg is itlog. But in Waray, the word for egg is bunay. I did not know that, and so when I go to the supermarket and ask for eggs, I ask the person, naa moy itlog, do you have eggs? I didn't know, however, that itlog was the word for testicle in Waray, and so that made for an awkward exchange, and my companion let me know the error of my ways soon after. So bunay was one of the first words I quickly learned in Waray-Waray. The way that I would suggest to learning Waray, the most effective way, because they don't have dictionaries specifically for Waray just because it's so different, but the best way you can learn it is take a small notepad and just write down words that you hear every day. You're going to hear so many words that you don't know what they mean, and people appreciate when you ask, well, hold on, what was that word you just said? And you write it down, and honestly, I retained a lot of those words that I wrote down because you're actively learning them, you're writing them down, you see it, you write it, and they just stick with you. That's one of the most effective ways I would say to learn it. And it's interesting, over your mission, if you go to different areas that speak Waray, you'll come up with five different words that mean the same thing. I think there were 4 or 5 different words for cry, just in different areas. So it was really interesting to see.